Hey, Mr. Catone.
Hey, Dr. Byrne, great to see you.
Great to see you tonight. Hey, Titans.
Hey.
Great to see you.
Hey, Senecadians and Thunderbolts, love seeing you guys too.
Hey, Bolts, Titans. We'd love to, Mr. Catone and I are gonna chat a little NFL here, and beginning of the school year, we're gonna unmask, socially distance, so you can hear us a little bit better. Mr. Catone, you know, NFL returned to training camp recently. Who are you rooting for this year?
Come on, everybody knows who I'm rooting for. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go, Philly.
The Washington football team, of course, the fans of the Washington football team are always pleased to hear about the Eagles.
Yes, they are, and there's not many of them, just like there might not be many Bills fans. What's going on
Hey,
in
I'm telling you,
Buffalo?
there are going to be a lot of bandwagon jumpers on the Bills train. We're going to win the AFC East this year.
Why is that?
Well, you know, there's a new quarterback in New England, and that's going to make all the difference for my Buffalo Bills.
All right, well, best of luck to you guys this year.
And to the Eagles, Mr. Catone. You know, as the NFL season gets underway, they're going to do so under very unusual conditions. And we know that school is going to open this year under the most unusual of conditions as well. So we realize that we've got to set you up for success as parents and students by giving you a training camp experience. So we're here tonight to tell you what to expect over the next couple of weeks as we gear up for the start of school on September 8th.
And first things first, that schedule is going to be so important. So you're going to ask yourself, how's distance learning going to differ from last year? And that's what this is all about. Schedule. It's going to be structured like a regular school day. The minutes will be a little bit different between Dominion students and Seneca students. But in general, it's going to look a lot like it did before we did distant learning. And then there's going to be significantly more contact synchronously with teachers, and that's going to give students that opportunity for the support they need.
And attendance is going to be expected every class, every day.
Best instructional practices are most important. When we get into that class, it should look and mirror it like it did when we were in the building.
Another thing that's going to be a lot different about distance learning this fall than it was last spring is that our organizational tool is going to be a program called Schoology. We know that you need to learn how to use it, and we're prepared to make sure that you have all the resources you need to navigate Schoology successfully.
And last but not leastly, grades are going to count. Engagement in class is important. Tuesday through Friday, be there. And when we've got to be working hard, that work expectation is a little bit higher than it was in the spring, but we're here to help, and we have those supports in place when it gets difficult.
So Mr. Catone and I and our staff have been working together throughout the summer, recognizing that there are all kinds of things that you need to know about the distance learning experience that we are responsible to teach you and to help you develop a whole new set of skills. So I'm showing you right now just a brief checklist of activities that we're going to ask you to be participating in. We're going to go through these briefly tonight, and throughout the course of the next 3 weeks, you're going to be able to get up to speed on the different types of things that you need to do to successfully navigate distance learning as a Titan or a Bolt, and as a parent of one.
And similarly, we have our calendar and schedule of events in August and September to get you ready and prepared. Some of these dates may change. We're working through some of them, but most likely we have it laid out so that you can be ready when we're ready to go.
And we're going to post that calendar on our website prominently very soon so that you'll be able to access the resources that we're putting together. The first set of resources, and some of the ones you're going to want to access right away, will help you to learn how to navigate the world of Schoology. We think you're going to find this to be an intuitive platform that will help organize your learning as a student and help you as a parent help oversee the educational experience of your Bolts and your Titans. The training process for Schoology will begin with asynchronous sessions next week. Throughout the course of next week, we'll have them posted so that you can find them prominently on our sites and that you can begin to learn and familiarize yourself with Schoology. As soon as you have access to your own personal classes in Schoology, we will have some synchronous sessions where we'll be able to further support your facility in using this important program.
And just like with this partnership between Dominion and Seneca and the partnership that you're hearing in Schoology, there's a partnership through ParentView where you can still monitor student attendance and grades. And so those first few days where you're normally getting that paper packet, now, like last year, we're going to be using Permission Click. and we're going to be getting ready and getting into parent view and student view. So we will be having asynchronous and synchronous sessions to help support you in that the week of August 24th through 28th.
And it just wouldn't be the NFL if we didn't take ample commercial breaks. So we got one coming to you right now.
So if I was going to describe it to someone that's never seen it before, I would describe it as sort of social media, but for the classroom. So it'll be, once you get used to it, it'll be comfortable. I would also describe it as really sort of a one-stop shop for everything you need. You know, everything that Google Classroom can do, Schoology can do, and then a whole lot more. There's a richness to it that I think a lot of people are going to find very appealing. It will work well for students, it'll work well for teachers, and I think parents will like it as well.
For me, it just comes down to that executive functioning piece and communication. That sixth grader just starting out in middle school where everything's all over the place, you give one dashboard where you can see all of your classes, you can see the update, you can see the morning announcements, you can see the reminder about the yearbook sales, you can see the reminder about the schedule, all that kind of stuff. You know, being a great aid for trying to get your bearings straight.
I think students will have so much voice and choice over how they can share their learning, because there are ways to upload things that they've created. They can record their voice. They can record a video as a submission to an assignment. They can have discussions. They can create things within their Google Drive. There are just so many options for them. And I think that especially for like our younger learners, you know, they can't always type up a response, whereas if they can just have a conversation about what they learned, it gives them just opportunity to share their learning so much better. And just like the students can respond in voice or video, the teachers can also put voice and video in. So I think that that's going to help those teachers who want to record their directions for their kindergartners or their first graders who can't read yet.
I'm excited to have people see that and help them understand the potential that's there. And I think once people get in and get their hands dirty with it, they're going to really see the great power this platform has.
Ooh! Woo! All right. So back from commercial break, Mr. Catone, what's coming up after that?
Well, we got a parent seminar and we're really in the home stretch and wrapping it up. Looking forward to it. Since there's no preseason games, we're basically just getting ready for the season to start.
So we got a parent seminar that we're going to be putting on. It's going to be an asynchronous activity. Our staffs have come together to say, hey, what is virtual learning going to look like from day to day anyway? That session is going to be available next week for you to check out. It's a series of videos that will help give you some insight about every dimension of the virtual learning experience.
And my favorite part about this parent seminar is that our counselors and our United Mental Health team are working with Dominions and our administration so that we can start getting you the information you need. There are things that we talk about with our SROs as far as internet safety that becomes so important right now. Why wouldn't we do that together?
Now, at Dominion High School, we have a couple of unique considerations that we want to make sure that you're aware of. First of all, we have a couple of new counselors in the house, so we need to, on the roster, so we need to make sure that you become acquainted with them. And for our freshmen, of course, you're meeting your counselor, who's going to be a very important person in your life over the course of the next 4 years. So we've got an event coming up that will help you to become acquainted with your counselor, and we're going to include our assistant principals in that experience as well. Freshmen, we also want you to participate in our virtual 9th grade orientation. You're going to be part of a program called Link Crew. You're going to be invited to participate by your Link Crew leaders, upperclassmen who are going to mentor you throughout the course of the year. You're going to meet them for the first time on Monday, August 31st in a synchronous session in Google Meet at 9:30 a.m. It'll last about an hour. And we look forward to engaging you. You will have a great time for sure.
And as you've come to expect, Dr. Brewer, this is an excellent freshman class like you get every year.
Awesome. Class of 2024. We can't wait to see all that you're going to contribute here.
We're going to miss you guys. So, back to school night. We're trying to do things as normal as possible. So it's going to be for both parents and students. It's going to be asynchronous for both schools, where you will be looking at recordings of the teachers that you see on the student schedule. Dominion's is going to be Monday, August 31st at 7 p.m. Seneca Ridge is going to be Tuesday, September 1st at 7 p.m.
All right, that being said, just like back to school night, we have other opportunities for us to get engaged, and that includes Thunder Day and Zero Day. It's not going to look like it always does, but Thunder Day is for parents and students at Seneca Ridge, whereas Zero Day is going to be for students only. Students are going to check into their class through Schoology, and there's going to be a Google Meet in there for them to get in. A Day is going to be Tuesday, September 1st from 9 to 10 for both Dominion and Seneca, whereas B Day classes will be Wednesday, September 2nd from 9 to 10 a.m. And that's in 15-minute chunks, and it's a great chance for everybody to get acquainted synchronously.
Now, before we start school, one last thing we've got to cover is you got to visit the property to pick up the materials that you're going to need for learning. You're going to need some textbooks undoubtedly. You're going to need some supplies for some of your courses. If you're taking a fine arts course, you're going to need the sheet music so you can participate. Lots of things you're going to need to pick up from us. If you're a new student, a Chromebook. We're going to schedule that distribution plan to occur one time, each family coming one time to our joint campus. If you have just a Seneca Ridge student, you'll be just visiting the Seneca Ridge campus. We think we'll be able to deliver all of your materials to you while you remain in the comforts of your vehicle. Same thing if you just have students at Dominion High School. One trip to Dominion High School will be all that you need. If you have students at both schools, we're happy to tell you you can make one trip and visit both campuses very seamlessly, pick up all the materials that you're going to need for all of the students, all the brothers and sisters, all the sons and daughters, all the Titans and Bolts in your family. Look for those events to occur on Tuesday, September 1st, early in the morning from 7:30 to 11:30, and in the evening on Wednesday, September 2nd from 3 to 7. Just trying to make sure we accommodate everybody's schedule. More information to come about that in the next couple of weeks.
And in closing, we're just going to leave you with the calendar so you can see what's in here and put those dates in your agenda or planner or your phone and get started. But I just want to talk about a couple themes real quick. You heard partnership, not just Dominion and Seneca's partnership, but parents and students and teachers all together. You're seeing communication is the most important thing to us. I've been at the town hall meetings from Dominion. Dr. Brewer's been at our parent coffee, student cocoa, and I can tell you, there's just a lot of connection and communication that we're working through. We know distant learning isn't the best way for our students to learn. We know they need to be in this building, and when they are ready and it's right, when we get them here, we know we're gonna be able to help them. In the meantime, we can do some great things with 100% distant learning. I'm very excited about September 8th and the rest of the year.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Thanks for your partnership, Mr. Catone. I think this is going to be great for the Bolts and the Titans.
I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to put my mask on, Dr. Brewer, and we're going to go do some tackling drills.
All right.
All right. 6'2" stack monster. 6'2" stack monster.